Yeah, we're busy through the work of the Interim Incident Management Organization. We're busy with rolling out the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan Roadshow, as we termed it. And the intention is to do that along the different ports along the South African coastline. So from a risk-based approach, we felt the need as an incident management organization that we need to focus on the two ports linking Algoa Bay, that's Port Elizabeth and Kucha Port. So we brought local stakeholders together, both from government as well as industry, as well as some learners, just to give them more exposure in terms of what's happening in the maritime sector. And it's basically to give an update on the National Oil Spill Contingency Plan that was signed by the Department of Transport, by the DG in 2019, December 2019. The intention was then to roll it out during the year 2020-2021, but due to the COVID, we've had to hold that back until now as an opportune time to do that, and we've been having a face-to-face consultation with the local stakeholders, giving them a background on the incident management organization, some of the activities, the national contingency plan, how it is laid out in terms of Volume 1, Volume 2, and the annexures as reference documents. So in case of a shipping disaster, both from ships as well as any offshore installation, to give a feel for what is South Africa's preparedness, how they intend going about the management response structure for that particular incident, making sure that they've assessed all the risks. And we are using a system known as Incident Management System called IMS. It's a response model which the International Maritime Organization published in 2012 as one of their guideline documents for countries to consider in managing a response, and using the IMS response model where you have leading departments as well as unified command in terms of industry, to make sure that you have a very quick resolution to the incident that you have. The kind of concept that we go with is ramp up and then scale down, making sure that all departments and industry are involved from the very outset. So that's where it's ramp up and then scale down as the situation evolves. Thank you.
This is the first of a series of these. Where are you going from here?
Yeah, this is the first, so we targeted these two ports, Algoa Bay, Port Elizabeth at this point in time. The next intention it would be to go back to the Western Cape, and we look in the port of Saldanha Bay, Cape Town and Mossel Bay, those three ports being combined before moving on to the East Coast, perhaps Durban and East London, or Durban, Richards Bay and East London in the next roadshow. But we are hoping that some of the information that we share at this roadshow, that will be considered, and some of the intervention from the participants in this roadshow we will keep in mind in order to make sure that we improve the roadshows and getting greater awareness as time evolves.
Is there any particular reason why you would start with Kucha or Port Elizabeth for that matter? I ask this on the basis that we also happen to have this port as the one where we have ship-to-ship transfer of fuel and the oil spillages we've seen.
Yeah, the initial consideration was to go one port at a time, but the members of the IMOrg felt now we need to go more on a risk-based approach. And then the risk-based approach then yielded that the Algoa Bay area seems to be a laboratory of biodiversity, and it needs to be managed in a very responsible way. And some of the activities, there's two ports, as you know, so the ships coming in and out of Port of Kucha as well as Port Elizabeth. But there's also the ship-to-ship transfer, which is an activity that is boosting the local economy, but it needs to be managed in a responsible way, making sure that we have resources readily available to respond to any spill if it does occur. Also contained in this, as I say, it's a laboratory of biodiversity. It's also rich in bird life as well, which is something that needs to be considered. Some of the islands that are here, and we need to make sure that we have a good national oil wildlife preparedness plan as well to respond to some of this. And in terms of risk-based, the next intention is to go back to the Western Cape. It's on the basis that Total Energies have recently received the exploration rights to drill a couple of wells of the western part of South Africa, and it's for that reason. So from the offshore oil and gas sector, we do a roadshow so that people are aware of the contingency.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.